Hi guys, Bon here. Today we are going to be talking about all of the progress that the COVID vaccine companies have made throughout the last, 7 months since COVID has been a really big deal. These are just brief overviews of the companies and their vaccines, and we're going to be covering what stage the vaccine is in and how much money they've gotten from the government. So with that, let's get started. So the first vaccine is currently made by AstraZeneca in partnership with the University of Oxford. AstraZeneca is currently at $54. Its market cap is $142 billion. Very, very big company. Its year-to-date stock performance is up 7.8%. Its drug name is AZD1222. Its vaccine type is vector-based for phase 1 and 2, and data from phase 1 and 2 trials, which is being conducted in the UK, was published July 20th in The Lancet. It reported the neutralizing antibodies response in 91% of the 35 patients who are using one test and 100% of the 35 patients using a different test. Currently, it is in phase 3. This trial, which will be held in the United States, is expected to enroll up to 30,000 participants. Late-stage studies are also being conducted in Brazil, South Africa, and the UK. Data are expected by the end of this year. However, and this is a very big however, the trials were halted in early September over concerns about a serious adverse event. In terms of its clinical development and manufacturing funds from the U.S. government, it has orders up to $1.2 billion. It has promised 300 million doses to the U.S. if their vaccine gets FDA approval. Currently, their vaccine requires 2 doses to be effective. The next vaccine is by BioNTech and Pfizer. Currently, BioNTech is at $61.56. Okay, its market cap is $13 billion, which is smaller compared to Pfizer and AstraZeneca. For Pfizer, it's currently at $36.50. Its market cap is $199 billion, almost $200 billion. Its year-to-date stock performance is that BioNTech is up 75%. Pfizer is actually down 8.3%. Its vaccine name is Bntx162b2. It is an mRNA type vaccine. In its phase 1 trials, the companies published preliminary data on July 1st for Bnt162b1 as a preprint. And they said that 24 participants in the study who received 2 doses of the lower dose vaccine developed neutralizing antibodies. A second preprint, which was published August 28th for this current one, Bnt162b2, found that this candidate produced similar levels of antibodies, but participants reported fewer reactions. So that is why they're going with this current one instead of the previous dosage. For its phase 2 and 3 trials, this trial is expected to focus on Bnt162b2. It is expected to enroll up to 30,000 people participating in Argentina, Brazil, and the US. Manufacturing funding from the US government is $1.95 billion. Okay? Now again, and this is contingent on the fact that they actually do get FDA approval from the US. If it gets FDA approval, it will save 100 million doses for the United States, with the option of the US buying 500 million more doses. Currently, the vaccine requires 2 doses to be effective. Alright, the third and final vaccine that is currently in phase 3 trials is Moderna. Moderna is currently at $56.18. Its market cap is $21 billion, which is pretty low considering you have Pfizer and AstraZeneca in the party. Its year-to-date performance is up 187%. Its name for the vaccine is mRNA-1273. It is an mRNA type vaccine. In its phase 1, preliminary data were released May 18th, and more detailed data published July 14th in the New England Journal of Medicine. Moderna's vaccine candidate elicited neutralizing antibodies in all 45 participants in this trial, which was conducted in the US in partnership with the National Institute of Allergy and Infectious Diseases. In its phase 2A, this study closed enrollment of 600 participants on July 8th. This trial also focused on the US. In its phase 3 study, and this study is expected to complete enrollment of up to 30,000 people sometime in September. It has currently received $955 million for R&D funding from BARDA. It has an order of up to $1.5 billion from the US government, contingent that they have a working vaccine. If it does have a working vaccine, then they are saving 100 million doses for the US, with options to acquire 400 million additional doses. Currently, it takes 2 doses for the vaccines to work. Alright, and now these 4 vaccines are in phase 1 and phase 2 trials. So the first vaccine candidate is Inovio. It is currently at $10.19. Its market cap is only $1.6 billion. Its year-to-date stock performance is up 191%. Its vaccine name is INO-4800. Its type of vaccine is a DNA-based vaccine. In its phase 1 data, the company released preliminary data on June. It has not yet fully shared the data, but it has submitted the results for publication in a peer-reviewed medical journal. The trial is being conducted in the US. In its phase 2 and 3, Inovio said on September 8th that it plans to launch this phase of the study in September, if it is given the go-ahead by the FDA. So that means that they have not started their phase 2 and 3 trials yet. In terms of U.S. government fundings, it has received $71 million from the Department of Defense to make and buy the device that will use to dispense the company's vaccine if it is authorized or approved. Alright, the next vaccine is from Johnson & Johnson. Currently, it is at $150. Its market cap is $387 billion. Very, very big. Its year-to-date stock performance is up 1.2%, which is not that much. Its name for its vaccine is AD26.CoV2.S. In its phase 1 and 2A study, and the study began in the second half of July with the goal of enrolling 1,045 adults in Belgium and the US. For phase 3, it plans to launch this trial in September. Currently, it has received $456 million for R&D from BARDA. It has also received more than $1 billion in orders from BARDA and the Department of Defense for manufacturing its vaccines. If it gets FDA approval, it will save 100 million doses for the United States, with options of the United States to buy up to 200 million additional doses. The next vaccine is from Novavax. Currently, Novavax is at $90.23. Its market cap is $5 billion. Its year-to-date stock performance is that it is up 2,167%. Its vaccine name is Nvax-CoV2373. Its vaccine type is a protein subunit. For its phase 1 trials, preliminary data from a trial conducted in Australia was published on September 2nd in the New England Journal of Medicine. In its phase 1 and 2 trials, the second phase of the phase 1 and 2 trials started in August and will be conducted in Australia and in the US. The phase 3 trials is to be determined. The US has also placed a $1.6 billion order if the vaccine gets FDA approval. If it does get FDA approval, Novavax will save 100 million doses for the United States. Alright, and finally, the last vaccine is Sanofi in combination with GlaxoSmithKline. Sanofi is currently at $52. Its market cap is $126 billion. GlaxoSmithKline is also very, very big. It is currently at $39.83. Its market cap is $96 billion. Its year-to-date stock performance is up 0.6%. Its name is to be determined. The vaccine type is a protein-based vaccine. Its phase 1 and 2 study, the trials was initiated September 3rd, which was just last week, with a goal of enrolling 440 adults in the US. Results are expected in December. Its phase 3 trials, this study is expected to be launched by the end of 2020, probably in December-ish, probably in January. Currently, it has a $2.1 billion orders from the US if it gets FDA approval on its vaccine. If it gets FDA approval, it will provide 100 million doses to the US, with the US having an option to buy 500 million doses if it is effective. Alright guys, so that's all that I have for you guys today. I know that was very, very brief, but I hope that you guys are all caught up on the stages of the vaccines. If you guys like this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you guys haven't subscribed, please subscribe. It would really help me out. Okay, so until next time, bye.